Cancer, Suns, and Cancer Rising. We are going to be talking about when Saturn enters Pisces on March the 7th. And it looks like it's going to be hitting you in your ninth house. Cancer, Suns, and Risings, congratulations. This is going to be a nice reprieve for you because it has been in your eighth house that entire time. And now yes, I think I am correct. And now it's moving into your ninth house, which is also called the house of purpose, ruled by Jupiter in Sagittarius. The house of purpose is also called the house of philosophy. That's because it centers on the higher mind and the philosophy, or the rational investigation of truths and principles of being, knowledge, or conducts. This house focuses on religion, morals, ethics, and dreams. Insights gained by studying the placements in this house may also relate to travel, culture, and even our ancestors, as these are all the things with potential to contribute to our personal growth and searching for meaning. So with that being said, Cancer, sweet relief. A much lighter cycle begins this March the 7th when the heavyweight Saturn moves into Pisces for the first time this century, starting a 3-year trek through your ninth house of travel, higher education, and expansion. Set your sights on the bigger picture and begin looking at the ways that you can slowly yet steadily break out of your comfort zone. Maybe that's earning an advanced degree, living abroad, or taking the steps to start your own business and liberate yourself from a stifling sedentary job. Saturn was last in Pisces May 21st, 1993 through April the 7th, 1996. If you're old enough to remember what was happening during that time, look back to then for clues of what may be resurfacing right now. And if you were born then, welcome to your very first Saturn return. Since March 21st, 2020, Saturn has been in Aquarius in your intense 8th house, serving up hardcore lessons about the way you merge your energy, money, and resources with other people. Yes, just as the pandemic was officially recognized and the United States went into its first lockdown. I'm going to tell you, I am a Cancer Sun. This one is near and dear to me. You have one rising lesson and you have a sun lesson. They may be different, okay? So the thing about it is that this was a pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm triggered by a lot of Scorpio energy anyway, naturally. And I'm going to also give you a little trick. A lot of the time when you have long transits through a certain house, this isn't the end all be all, but this is just definitely something that Marv has shown or that I have experienced. If you are a Cancer Sun or Cancer Rising and you've been experiencing this with me, tell me, didn't you attract a shitload of Scorpios in your life during that transit? Or the Scorpios that existed, you kept falling out with them? So if you're still dealing with a Scorpio who is ruled by the 8th house, and you have to deal with this person, I'm going to say now that relationship should get a little bit better. All right? So while certain relationships may have turned ultra serious, other fizzled out because they couldn't go the distance. Mature Saturn wants rock solid connections or nothing at all. Some crabs dealt with heavier issues of loss, illness, or some kind of life transition, moving or a loved one's special needs, or a breach of trust. Yes, during this lockdown, I did lose a relative to the pandemic. Another person that I loved very much got sick. Thank God that he did not pass away, but that relationship is forever changed, and it doesn't seem like it was meant to sustain the test of time, and he is a Scorpio rising. So he was in turn dealing with his own shit because by the time this year happened, or I want to say when the nodes changed, then hell broke loose. Now remember, in these transits, we're dealing with wrapping up one North Node transit and going into another. So there's a lot of astrology and a lot of sky activity that's happening in these 2.5 years because a North Node transit only lasts 18 months. So it was hell. So if you are going through this now, if you have went through this, please feel free to hit me up. I would love to hear about what happened to you and pray for you and sit with you and let you know that you were not alone, okay? There was situations that got severed. There were energies with it. No BS. I went into a partnership, Cancer Collective, and not only was the young lady that had to train me on some things a Scorpio, her counterpart was a damn Aquarius, and the manager at the time was a damn Aquarius with a Sagittarius moon. I felt like I was working in the Twilight Zone. I literally, and I'm gonna tell you, that was the position at that time frame that made me quit and run my business full time. That was the catalyst. So I know that you guys went through a lot. Just let's share it, but let's keep moving. So the 8th house also rules long-term finances and property. So you may have gotten serious about home ownership or debt consolidation. Did that too, and unfortunately, due to the pandemic, was told just as I was running Marvelous Madame full time. I was told that because of the pandemic, they were not in the beginning wanting to offer home loans to self-employed individuals. It would have taken some time. I had just quit or resigned. So I had been running my business part-time on a full-time schedule. And they just felt like with that time gap that had taken place, a lender wouldn't have trusted that. So shout out to you if you had to deal with that as well. Saturn, aka Chronos, the guardian of time, rewarded you for taking steady incremental steps to bring stability to your life. Whatever you weathered, this last Saturn cycle has been emotionally demanding. Yes, it has. As you leave it in its rear view, you will notice that it made your already toughened shell nearly Teflon. The saying is what doesn't kill you make you stronger, might aptly describe where you've ended up after the last 3 years. Hopefully you've got your shields raised high against energy vampires too. Saturn in the 8th house imparted some tough lessons about loyalty, trust, and the importance of clear boundaries. Yes, it did. With Pluto initially moving into Aquarius on March 23rd, you'll need to lean on those skills for many years to come. We will talk about Pluto separately, guys. For that reason, it's a good thing that you went through this Cosmic Training Academy. You've developed the necessary skills and sensors to keep those barriers in place. Thank you so much for listening, Cancer. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.